look. I know you don't got no ID. Like, move it. You got it, bro.
All right, first of all, we got my brother Louis Spears here. We got my brother DiBiase here. Tony Perkins, Pressure Online, and Mr. Cash Out. First of all, before we get started, let me just tell all you brothers something. What I admire about each of you. Brother Spears, I admire your courage. You know, we've had many talks about what we've been through in life, but you still do it anyway, even though you've gone through a lot. DB, I don't know you that well, but I admire your confidence. How you express yourself is how I feel on the inside. I'm more calm as far as, not that you're not calm, but
I'm not.
Yeah, my demeanor is like kind of like chill, but I feel the way you express yourself, and I admire that. TP, I like your calmness, your even killness. I don't know if you want to strangle somebody or if you want to dap them up, and I like that. Poker face. Pressure, I appreciate your genius, how you figure things out, how you lead the people around you, and you know how to move around, you know. Mr. Cash Out, I'm gonna call you by your artist name. We've known each other since we probably were like 4 years old. We come from poverty together. What I appreciate about you is that you're resilient, you're strong. All the things that was placed in front of you, you stuck to the game plan. And I hate to say this, but just seeing you healthy and in good spirits lets me know that you're strong. So this first round of questions, I'm going to give each person a question. You answer it true to yourself, and then we'll kind of like, after those round of questions, the three, we'll kind of let things flow. So this is a Jersey City bonding session for black men. Brother Spears, I'm going to start with you. Now that the election is over and you get to reflect, what is your mindset as far as that process? What did you take from it, and how do you feel now?
I wish you had given me this question earlier. Talk of practice. So my mindset about the whole process, man, it was tumultuous. Like I've gone through like
I started with
difficult.
a T. Okay,
that's a good word. That was a good word. That was a very good word. Very good word. I don't know how to answer after that.
That was crazy.
And I've gone through a lot in my life, right? But like this was another level to it, right? Like people have opinions about the restaurants that you visit, or like what you're wearing, or whatever it is that you're doing is under a microscope, right? And so there's a process that you go through where you're trying to please everybody. But then when you realize that is impossible, you're like, all right, I'm just going to focus on what brings me joy, what makes sense to me. I'm going to talk about the issues that are important to me, and I'm going to go full throttle with it, right? What I've learned through the process, man, is that there's so many versions of folks, right, and what they're going through. So like there were people who supported me, but then supported like somebody else who was like the antithesis of me, right, based on their self-interest, right? And so like I'm learning that folks are like multifaceted, folks are like multidimensional, right, and that you have to be intentional about how you engage folks, right? And so the future is connecting with the people in the community, learning more about what they need, and really amplifying their voices even more. And so that's where we're going.
Excellent.
Yes, sir.
And a great transition, because you talked about people, you talked about the side that you're on. And DB, man, watching your interview with TP, I want to know how you feel about being on the other side of local media now. I know you spoke a little bit about how negativity spreads so fast, and they love to kick you while you're down. But now that you're shining and they have to respect it more, like how are you internalizing that? How do you feel now on the other side?
Was it tumultuous?
It was definitely definitely.
That's a town in South Jersey.
Definitely. But what it was I still don't respect it, because I had to go get it. I didn't have to go get it when I was negative. They came to me. Yeah. They took me from, oh, you locked up? All right, well, we're going to make a big story about this. All right, cool. Like, But now when I do good, I gotta go talk. I gotta go look for y'all.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna respect it till they come see me. Either way, you feel what I'm saying? So I'm still working to my goal to get where I gotta go. Whatever. So I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to have to hit you that you got to email me back. Like I know I need you to come see me, or you write just how you wrote that one bad about me on your own. Write a good one on your own. Then we had this conversation again.
Price went up. I appreciate that. Let's skip around. I'm not gonna do y'all in chronological order like that. It might make you nervous. But cash out. You know, it's personal, man. Like we go way back. Neighboring apartments. Them apartments was raggedy as fuck too that we lived in. Just rest in peace, Calvin, man. I'm gonna call him by his government name because you know we all family. Losing your brother at such a young age. Not only were you young, but Calvin was 15. Because I think I was like 19. How did that make you feel seeing that, and how does that affect you now, experiencing that? He was murdered, by the way. So just to put that in perspective.
I'm saying when I was that young, like I ain't really get what was going on, like right at the moment, like until maybe when I was like 10, 11, and I realized he ain't never come back in the house again, whatever. So I started kicking it in. Then I tried to take on the spirit. Yeah, I thought I was gonna run the streets, gonna take over the whole city. But then, you know, at 15, I had my daughter, so I kind of.
Oh, you had your daughter at 15?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Real young, but I was like, dang, that's kind of a sign. Like,
yeah,
my brother got killed.
Let me rephrase that. Sorry, I didn't mean to say murdered. Let's be clear on that. He was shot. He was killed. I don't want to use that word murder because it's complex, the situation. But what you said that you started to take on his spirit is that's interesting. So you felt like being with his reputation, you felt like you wanted to carry that on.
Yeah, I felt like I was gonna take over the whole city, whatever way I had to. But then I had my daughter at 15, so I'm like, oh man, it's crazy because my brother got killed at 15. Then I got a blessing at 15. And I was young, so I was like, kind of like, let me take another way of life. And then I started messing with the music. Rest was history.
Peace. Let's just, every time I even talk about that, it's just, and it's no knock on anybody because so many pieces were involved in that, but it just speaks to what we go through in our community and things just happen. Brother TP, I don't know your dad like that, but I was always curious. Me and Pressure had this conversation about how him being a singer and being having such a great legacy, how did that affect what you wanted to accomplish, and was there any pressure?
I wouldn't say it was pressure because that was his thing, but what I did admire about that and my father, like his passion for it, and still today. You know what I mean? So that kind of resonates with me now as an adult. You know, I understand it even more now. You know, as a kid, it was just like, man, where Pop's at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, Mom didn't see it that way. It was just like, at the same time, he was like, I'm doing what I got to do to support my family. And that was his thing, you know, making music. What I admired most was he didn't care. You know what I mean? And sometimes it might have seemed a little selfish on his part, but at the same time, it was just like, I have a passion, I have a dream. I'm going after it no matter what, no matter who's in the way. Nobody can stop me from doing what I want to do. And that's his mentality, you know what I mean? Still today, like I said. But it's just little lessons that I picked up, you know, and I implement into my life journey. You know what I'm saying? Just being consistent, just being diligent about what you want and what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And just not really caring, not letting nobody stop you from doing whatever it is you're trying to do.
It's that DB quality.
Yeah. And, you know, and just talking to DB in the interview, you know, I learned a lot, and just like, yo, it's me, it's about me. You
100%.
know, you know what I'm saying? And I got to do what I got to do and able to provide for others. You know, if I'm not right, I can't help others. You know what I mean? So
that's crazy to me that like you're the only boy, right? And you have your two sisters.
Well, he was a little busy, but
Rolling Stone.
Not like that. Like,
Right.
I would feel a lot of pressure. No, I would feel a lot of pressure to be like, you know, my dad was like this ultimate guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, how do you? Yeah, I don't know. Like you said that you didn't feel anything.
Not really, you know what I mean?
That's that even kill I'm talking
yeah,
about.
because I just feel like, I'm walking my walk. You know what I mean? So, the same love that I guess that he was getting, I get too. You know what I mean? His time was his time, and this is my time.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
And speaking of that perspective, it makes me think of how optimistic you are. And I'm going to shoot it to Pressure because he's one of the most optimistic, positive people I know. Sometimes I talk to Pressure and he won't know if whatever I'm going through. I'm like, damn, this nigga's just happy as hell. Like, I'm angry right now. But because you're so positive, just shed some light on maybe some of the darker times you went through and what was it and what was it like?
I had a lot of dark moments that people are not aware of, like, being on the videography side of things, you deal with a lot of trying to look out for your peoples. And in most cases, financially, you always try to support others because you want to see others do good. But there was a time where, I wasn't working and I was in the beginning stages of it. And it may have sacrificed something around me, whether it was a bill, whether it's helping my mother with my siblings or so. But I always walked around with my head up. I never let people see that dark light too much, but I've been through a lot of situations that a lot of people don't know of, and a lot of people would see the greater things, but people don't know, like I had a car repossession before. I had so many things stripped from me, and, I'm proud to speak on it now because I've been through so many layers of those dark moments, even inside, in household, relatives and stuff. And I took that energy and made it positive simply because I know that only person that can help you get up is you. Like we all can look around and it's easy to point the finger at people and blame people for your failures. But the truth is like you came into this world alone. So that's most likely how you're going to lead.
That's facts. Ass naked too.
For sure.
All day long. All day. DB, we're going to switch up the order a little bit. I want to say it correctly. Godfidence.
Confidence.
Godfidence.
Confidence.
Godfidence.
You gotta feel you when you say it.
Okay. Godfidence.
Yeah.
Godfidence.
Yeah.
It's too late.
It's too late.
But being that you're at a place where you're able to, be confident and bask in who you are. Growing up, what was maybe something that internally was difficult for you to grasp as far as like insecurities, or what did you have to build up about yourself and why? Like, well, you know what I mean? We all have something that we struggle with.
To answer this the best way I can answer this, right, is like this is literally how I day-to-day my life, right? Growing up, right? So if we all paid attention to like looks and stuff like that, like it don't matter, like it's people, it's what you like. You get what I'm saying? Like preference. So it's like, I think I could be beautiful, but a girl likes a light-skinned guy. You feel what I'm saying? So obviously I'm not beautiful to her. You feel what I'm saying? Because she likes a light-skinned guy. So we're like this, like I grew up with my grandparents, right? So my grandmother is like the number one lady in my life for the rest of my life, right?
Still alive, right?
No, she's gone.
Rest in peace.
All right. But every time I came around her, it don't matter what she's talking about with whoever she's talking to, she would stop the conversation and be like, look at my grandson. Ain't the one you look good, da, 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 da. So this is like since I was young. So like me older to like she's leaving. You feel what I'm saying? So if the woman that I love the most in my world tells me this, you think I give a fuck what somebody else says?
Validation. She gave you validation.
Yeah, nobody can't tell me nothing. So now she's gone, but before even she was gone, I'm telling this myself, like, I wake up every day and tell myself I'm that nigga. So it's nobody. I'm talking about when I wake up. So if I walk out the room and run into a person, or I walk out to go to the store and run into somebody, and they say, "Ew, you're bugging."
Let me ask you: did you grow up with your father?
I don't even know who he is. It's his loss. That's another subject, though.
Word.
But how I feel about me, nobody can't take that from me. I don't care. You feel what I'm saying? Like I can be discombobulated tomorrow. I feel how I feel.
Now,
about
before
me
your grandmother told you that, was there any confusion, or was just she was there so early?
It couldn't be. She did it so early. I grew up with her since I was 3 days old. You feel what I'm saying? So even if I like, don't get me wrong, like all of us is random as people that's told us like, "Are you ugly?"
Yeah.
But it's just I didn't care.
It didn't shake
it's I've never had a situation where I felt like somebody wants to, and I'm saying ugly because that's just like the outside. People don't. You get to know like
yeah,
you get
absolutely.
to know a person and it's different. But I was just saying like it's just the way I walk around. I don't care if I talk to a girl and she don't like me, it's something wrong with her. You feel what I'm saying? It's not nothing wrong with me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she just don't know no better. We'll get at her later. You feel what I'm saying? But that's literally my mindset of just how I do things. Like musically, I don't really like that. Yeah, you don't like it now. I'll see you later. You come back to it. You feel what I'm saying? Then when you double back, I got you, because you probably judge me off one song when it's other songs. There's a million other songs to choose from. So that's just how I'm along. So that's my confidence. Like, and something. Confidence comes from my confidence and from God. My grandmother had me in church since I literally went into the streets and still had to go to church every morning. I literally ran my block, and my grandmother made me put a suit on every Sunday to go to church. I used to have to get out of the church and hand shit out. You feel what I'm saying? And my guys is laughing at me, whatever, but I need mine's right though. You heard? Word. So that's just what it is. He helped me in a lot of situations. That's why I'm still here today with y'all.
That's a fact. That's balance, man. I feel like we all need a little bit of that. You know what I mean? We all need a little bit of that in our daily philosophy.
Facts.
Now, Cash Out. You're definitely the youngest on this panel. For people that criticize your generation, how old are you? 23. Damn. For people that criticize your generation, damn, I'm 36. Damn. Whew.
Let's not talk about it.
No, we're not gonna go there. We're gonna go there. We neutral. But for people that criticize your generation and everything that's going on in our communities all over the country, what do you think is wrong, and what do you think one of the solutions could be for people who just criticize your generation?
Before I answer this question, this guy is crazy. I feel like, right, just how it's been 16 years since my brother passed away, right? And his son now, 16, 17, right? There's a lot of other people, a lot of parents that passed away 16, 15 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So that means there's a lot of fatherless kids out here, you know what I'm saying, that got killed. That's you angry, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they judge though, they don't know, a lot of them don't have parents. Like some of them, their mothers and fathers got killed, you know what I'm saying? And it just it's already caused anger for them, you know what I'm saying, growing up, and then we in the hood, that's just on top of you already angry because somebody
trauma.
Yeah, so it's right, people just judge of what they don't know. They just don't know. And now I feel like now they don't even take the time to really, you know what I'm saying, get to know one of the young cats. They just disrespectful. They don't even take their time to get to learn and see what's going on with somebody, anything. I just feel like would it make it better though? Need more opportunities, you know what I'm saying? More people that's not gonna turn away from the young kids, whatever. Everybody grow up and probably kind of forget that they was young before, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you, me, and everybody else done did something that could have made a whole different turn of your life, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people get older and just forget that they even went through that. And it's now that you grown now, you know everything. That 15, 16-year-old don't see life the way you see life, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
It's a whole different, so it's we just need more opportunities. Need Mr. Spears to win for mayor.
Definitely.
Just opportunities for real, because there's a lot of people that want to. They want better.
Just don't have the resources.
Just don't have the resources, especially here, and around the world. I can't speak for other cities, because I don't know exactly what's going on over there. But I know it's kind of the same situations though. A lot of people is angry. There's a lot of anger here. There's a lot of hurt here. You know what I'm saying? And everybody want to make people feel how they feel. So it's
True.
We just need more opportunities for the youth, just period, just worldwide. More opportunities to do whatever it is they want to do. Just
people need to hear that, because it's coming straight from the source. Thanks to Pressure, because he made sure you got on here. You know what I mean?
Just more opportunities, more opportunities, more people to listen. Just to listen for real.
I agree with you. Well said.
Just to let y'all know real quick, I don't mean to cut you now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lou Spears did win. We just need him to hold the seat.
There you go. There you go.
I had a lot of plans for him when he had the seat that he didn't even know about. But the players are still there.
Oval Office.
Word.
But let's bring it to Spears. I look at you as like a scholar. I think I'm a scholar too, but we've had this conversation before. I don't always feel like one, but you talk about how going back early in Booker T, like you were always like kind of like, you know, like the nerdy kid on the outside. How did that make you feel as like you talked about like kind of like not being on the in crowd? How did that affect your personality?
Man. So before I answer that, I just want to talk about Cash Out, man. There was a community meeting where on Wilkinson where there's a bunch of older folks there complaining about the younger folks on the block, essentially. He came through and he was a voice for the young folks, and he said, you know, they were complaining about their taxes in their houses and how like they didn't understand why the kids thought it was okay to stand outside and make noise or whatever. He was like, man, they don't care nothing about taxes. Right? Like they have no idea of like taxes and housing and all that craziness. They just trying to survive essentially, and that's what you said, man. And I was able to use that. I was able to use that perspective at a debate with our current mayor now. So I appreciate you for that because that resonated with me. You know what I'm saying? And as a kid, but as a kid, man, I was corny, man. I was ostracized, man. They were like. Play me out. I didn't play basketball. I was suck at basketball. I was short. I'm still short. So fortunately, I've always been short, right? Fortunately. So you know, I didn't have no skills like that, but I was always like, you know, concerned for folks, right? Just and to the point where, and I love school, man. I would go there and get like all of the award ceremonies. Like they would call me for like 8 out of the 10 awards, right? But I learned that system, though. I learned that system real early.
Damn sure.
I learned that school was the way out. And it's interesting too that even if I would go to Darnell parties, shout out to Darnell RIP, he would charge $1 to get in there. And the girls, they were like,
the Ryan parties?
The Ryan parties, right. They were like, what you doing here? Like, get out of here. Like, I was trying to gas on them. Like, get out of here. Get off of me, right? What are you doing? So they made me feel weird to the point where it was like, yo, I don't belong there. I'm not accepted there, but I'm accepted and I'm loved in this area. So let me just put all my bags and my eggs in this one area,
that's deep.
Right? My one basket over here, right?
It's so, like what DB said. They come around later.
Yeah, they'll be back.
Oh yeah, they're here.
They back.
Yeah, they back. Yeah.
No,
they back.
They back.
But how I felt, man, I felt horrible about myself, man. A lot of insecurities that I have in my marriage now came from back then. Right? Like I never felt like I was good enough, man. I felt like who I was outside. Who I needed to be was out over there, and who I wasn't enough. So I was always like trying to get to that place, right? And even in like my mom's, right? Like she's a strong black woman, but she even had her insecurities, whatever. She was raped and, you know, from the age 5 to 10 from her cousin, right? And so like she couldn't really teach me what I needed. My pops wasn't really in my life, you know what I'm saying? So it was tough, man. It was and so how did I learn value? It was through church. It was through like strong people like Mr. Kabili, Miss Todd, right? Where they just validated me like, yo, you are amazing. Like in school, they encouraged me educationally. Yeah. But in terms of like who I was and who I needed to be, came from like, you know, the church and you know, powerful folks in our community.
Your perspective is so important because I was hella smart, but I didn't know it.
Yeah. So
it's like I think it was because my mother was on drugs, my pops was in prison, so I didn't have anybody to steer me towards my intelligence. So when people were telling me, "Oh, you smart," I'm like, I'm just a fucking kid on Arlington, on Randall. I don't know these things. Right. So it's just so interesting to hear that, you know, same thing, just we viewed it completely differently.
Well, yeah, the community. If it wasn't for the community, I wouldn't be successful today. They told me that I wasn't welcome.
See, I was distracted by other things at a young age, so I get it though. I get it.
But when you think about it, right? All of us can really go to that place where you're like, yo, at certain points, like I know my brother who's doing a 6-year bid right now. Yeah. He never was validated in school. He was only validated in the streets. So he went there for that love and that support, right? And so we all have that place where you know we're validated, and that's where we get our confidence.
Confidence. Yeah, that's the theme with perspectives and confidence. Presh, Blue check press, right? Yeah, blue check press. Blue check press.
Yes, sir.
How are you going to deal, and I kind of got this question for you too, DB, next in a different way, after Tony. Now that you are starting to gain even more traction, how are you going to respond, or how are you responding to the different energy, people around you, your friends, as well as strangers? Because it's perception. We know you're successful, but now the perception is even stronger, you know?
Well, for anyone that doesn't know me, naturally I show love, but if we don't really have too much in common, I'm going to show love from a distance. Nothing really changes, and like you said, it's about perspective. So people are going to see it, like just like how we got a production, right? You're going to always see it from a different angle. You'll notice what a person did closer up, depending on how you're looking at it. Nothing really changes. The only thing that changes is how you move, because one thing that I was having a conversation with someone about was like acceptance. Like a lot of times I don't embrace my accolades and achievements because I'm humble based upon knowing that I know what it feels like not to have certain things in my corner or certain people. So I value people, energy, and the great responses overall. So I'm going to always embrace that and try to figure out a way to not rub it off in a way where I'm trying to get over or trying to act higher. You know, those are the ways that I feel like I stay grounded just based upon like social media perspective. Like,
do people, I just want a straight up question, because this happens to me. I'm sure it happens to everybody. Do people ask you for money? Just straight up, like, yo, you can cash at me $20?
yeah, definitely.
Tell me if it happens to y'all. Do it happen to y'all?
Wait, like randomly?
Like, I'm so serious. Like, yes, randomly.
So you don't know them, or you know them, and
Usually it's either somebody that you know them. It doesn't have to be anybody extremely close to you, but because they see how you move, they automatically assume that you got it.
Yeah.
You know, that you got everything. You know what I mean?
Mine isn't necessarily cash out $20, but it's like, yo, rent is due.
Yeah, anything like that. You know?
Since we everybody's kid, I don't have nothing. Don't ask me. I ain't got it. I don't have anything. Nothing. Zero. You hear me?
Run that back.
Nothing. Zero. Don't ask.
So, being that you're so even keeled, growing up, did you have to deal with anybody like testing you or trying you based on your demeanor? We all been tested, but I mean,
You met me.
at 34, because you was there when I came in there. I remember nigga was screaming. I walked in the building. This motherfucker screaming coming out the building.
Yeah, I had to pull him inside after that.
Yeah.
And have a small, light intervention with him.
Intervention. So you been tested, so you was ready for that.
Yeah.
But how was it growing up, confrontation wise?
I didn't really have too many. Growing up on Randolph, we was pretty cool. Everybody was into sports and stuff like that. But, when I got to Lincoln, it was a little different. You know what I mean? But it was just
too, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all got
a little while after.
y'all got them Lincoln vibes. Yeah.
But more of my stuff came from it wasn't what I did to them. It's just who they thought I was.
Yeah, assuming.
The perception. Lou, we had a pool in our yard, so everybody get back to that money thing.
Yeah.
Peace Street. Right.
Yeah.
So, the Peace Street, bro. I never saw that before, bro.
So, but for the most part, I didn't have too many encounters with people and stuff like that. I remember, I'll share this story, real brief. Just being in Arlington Park, I spent a lot of time in Arlington Park coming up, know. And the first time I started selling weed, I had stones in my pocket.
First time.
Oh, you sold weed too? All right, we got some
yeah. And I had a couple of stones in my pocket, and all the brothers had went to Union Square. Y'all remember?
In Manhattan?
In New York.
Yeah.
They had went to Union Square. I chose to stay in the park and try to make a couple of dollars. But during that whole time, I was by myself, and a couple of guys came from the local area,
Park Street, maybe.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not a tough guy, anything like that, but I can't hold my own.
Yeah, gotcha. DB, when I see you, I think about success. I think about networks. I think about it's just very like your branding. Your branding projects success. Mm-hmm. When I first saw the mural. I was just driving past. I was like, he got a Hennessy bottle? But then when I saw that it was a mic, I was like, oh shit, okay, I got it. But moving and shaking in those different circles, I don't know, like, are you able to take your experience from the street and apply it to moving in those, industry circles? And if so, how do you do that? Like, what is that like?
I mean, you have to, but before anything, I'm a hustler, right?
This one got a mural.
Facts. Facts. But look, before anything, I'm a hustler, right? So now, one thing I had to learn from me being an actual street hustler to being a hustler, period, is if I could do this, I could do that. You get what I'm saying? Because it goes from selling something to selling to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So now, my job is to sell me. So,
That's key.
the first day I sold drugs, I never sold anything in my life before. You feel what I'm saying? So if I could sell drugs and become successful at that, how the fuck I can't sell me? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know me more than I know the drugs. So I had to research the drug before I did it. You feel what I'm saying? So now I take that and like take the hustle of it and just move around and do everything I gotta do. So I wake up. First of all, I wake up and think about me every day anyway. So now we just gotta talk about me. Talk about me. Oh, that you don't know me? All right, well, just 1 second, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna explain me. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I had to do. It's serious. Like, who the fuck give a fuck about you? Like yesterday, I was in the studio, right? Who called me to ask me if I was going to the studio? While I was there, who called me, asked me if I was all right? Who called me, asked me what I did when I left the studio? Nobody. So if I'd have stayed in the house the whole day, who would have fucking known I went to the studio? But I got up on my own and went to the studio. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, people only call you for what they need you for. So people only like you when you're doing your thing. So you know what you need to do? Keep doing your fucking thing. You feel what I'm saying? So I can wake up this morning and be mad at the world. Well, that's gonna get me at mad for what? I gotta keep doing it because this is what keeps me afloat. That means that goes to show us we go and I'm not mad at other people because they have their own life too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so maybe I'm not going hard enough for them to care. So I have to go harder.
That's
so even if you feel what I'm saying? Like, so I don't need nobody waking me up in the morning. I don't need nobody here for me. I walked here. I could have told you I walked here. You feel what I'm saying?
It's authentic.
By myself, no problem. Me and music came here, did what I had to do, and I'm gonna walk back home. You feel what I'm saying?
You gonna be with me this time, you walk home though.
You walk with me?
yourself. You heard him?
Yeah. That's just what it is.
We're gonna take a break in a second. I'm gonna leave it off with D, because I think your voice is very important.
Of course, most important guy.
Let me put my confidence on.
That's what I said.
But it's important that you feel that way.
Yes, it's important.
Other than what even though he's playing with me, like his voice is really the most important voice here because he's younger and his age group is the group that's really like they don't know what's going on right now. Like, so if they're not gonna listen to what we saying, they're definitely gonna understand what he's saying.
100%. When it comes to trauma and the things you've been through, for what I'm a therapist. So my perspective is like different. And I know therapy is not common, but for me as a black man therapist, I think it's because the therapist fit is the problem, right? Like you ain't gonna go sit and listen to some motherfucker that don't know your experiences that's from who fucking knows. It's about the fit. You know what I mean? How do you deal with all those traumatizing things, man? You was on Scared Straight. I remember that episode. Like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we can find that B-roll somewhere, but how do you deal with it? You got it? How do you deal with your trauma? How do you cope? What are some things that you do that might be good, might be bad when it comes to that?
I smoke a lot of marijuana.
Okay.
A lot of marijuana.
We not judging.
It's legal, so I'm good, yeah? I don't know, some days be better than others. Some days be better than others. Some days, feel like you don't want to be here. Some days I feel like I'm gonna take on the world. Some days I feel like I want to do crazy things, I don't know. You go through it every day. I feel like the music really helped me though a lot. Like the music helped me a lot. When I just feel whatever way, I just go straight there. Like so, it just don't even give me enough time to really think of nothing else. I just go there and I just go straight to the studio. Like, and I know I got a lot of people that believe in me. So it's like I want to make them proud. Like that's gonna make me feel alright. That'll make me feel whole again. Like when I go and I feel like I feel this way, right? About losing my friends and my brother and everything. Like, but what about my friend's mother? You know what I'm saying? How they feel?
Yeah, word.
Like that's their kid. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I gotta keep going because I still got parents that got walked past the spots where their kid got killed at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every day I know how it make me feel. You feel me? So I can only imagine how it make them feel. So I just gotta get what I gotta get.
That's selfless.
Get them out of there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm working on. Just trying to get all of my friends who passed away, moms relocated.
Yeah.
So they won't have to even, just one step towards
I got you. You
in
on the
another
way.
direction. You know what I'm saying? So they won't have to deal with this because I know when I got walked past and I got looked and I'll be like, damn, this was bro got. You know what I'm saying? To this last one that like be a little different for me. So I know it's like as a mother, I can only imagine. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you know what Miss Kim went through.
Yeah, so I sit in the house and watch that firsthand. Like some people, a lot of people see. I don't talk about my brother a lot, like in my music yet. You feel me? Just,
Yeah, I noticed
not
that.
just yet, not just yet, because I feel like it's a little bit more personal. So I just be letting them know what I'm going through right now, whatever. Like, but a lot of people forget that I'm really at home, sitting there with somebody that's going through the same thing that I'm outside trying to stop too. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I got my brother clothes in the house with his blood on it, all that. Like, I go through the moments, like, so the music really helped me. The weed definitely helped.
Did you got indica? You smoking weed?
Truffles.
I think it's smoke dirt.
If I get it from DB, definitely.
From the dispensaries.
Yeah,
Weed,
That's where the dirt comes from, man. It's legal, good, man.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, y'all crazy. I knew I was doing the right thing when I got y'all together, man.